Hey guys, today you will see me start a design that I had an idea in my head how this would go, and then it didn't. You can't obviously read my mind, but you have to know ahead of time that this is not the design I was going for. But in the end, it turned out so lovely, I cannot complain. So that lye solution you'll notice is quite white. I did add my titanium dioxide right to the lye solution because I usually disperse it in hot water, and the lye solution is hot water. So, and that fragrance oil, look at that blue. Look at that. Look at it. It is a mixture of oak moss and amber and gardenia. Those both are from the Midwest Fragrance Company, and the scent blend is incredible. So I do have 4 different neon colors. This one is Tennis Ball Breaker from Mad Micas. I'm separating off a portion that will be for the drop swirl as well as for the frosting on top. This one's Neon Purple from Nurture Soap. This one's Pretty Kitty from Mad Micas, my favorite pink ever. It's like my soul color. And then this one is Blue Vibrance from Nurture Soap. Because I wasn't really sure how the fragrance oil would behave, both of these scent blends said that they have mild acceleration. I knew I had a design that involved a lot of frosting, so I wanted it to accelerate slightly, but floral fragrances tend to move incredibly quickly, so I was just like, hurry up and stop. Hurry up and go. Like, I just wasn't sure what to expect. I'd worked with the oak moss and amber fragrance before, but never the gardenia. And yeah, I've had some issues with floral fragrances. They're divine, they're excellent, but they just can sometimes be really hard to work with. So here I am just dropping 4 passes of each of the colors. I did want to save quite a bit of the colors because it's going to be the frosting on top. So I don't have a different recipe for my frosting. I used to use a different recipe for my frosting as opposed to my base soap, but I found it really didn't make a difference as far as the ability to pipe it, because all soap should eventually thicken up to the consistency of frosting. So it really didn't matter, you know, if I formulated it properly, you should be able to pipe soap. Like, even Castile soap is pipeable if you wait long enough. It also just adds more dishes if you do a separate batch for frosting as opposed to not. And sometimes you genuinely need to, because you just have a particular design you're going for. But if I can get away with just making my batch size bigger and using some of it for frosting, that's typically what I do anymore. So this is the leftover color batter from the inside of the soap, and I rolled it up in cling wrap, and it is putsy to do this. I'm not gonna lie. I make it look easy putting it into that bag, but it was not easy getting it in there. It's never easy setting up this kind of frosting, but once you get going, once you actually start piping, it's really fun. And you do have to wait a little bit, as you can see, that all 4 colors did not come through all at once. You kind of have to coax it out and just wait until it gets to the point where all 4 colors are coming out. And as I went along with piping this, I just was slapping piping on. Like, I had no rhyme or reason. I originally did have a plan, but I didn't follow the plan. So there's no one to blame but me. It's my fault. But in the end, I was so pleased with how it turned out. I did alter the design. Even after I cut it, I knew I wanted to add a little something to it, and you'll see in the end what I ended up doing. I did not record cutting this soap, but if you've seen one cutting, you've seen them all. Come on. So I didn't actually record the cutting on this one, which I know that can be kind of disappointing because that is actually a really satisfying part, but I just didn't do it. This is some Eco Glitter. The first one was from Brambleberry. It was holographic. This one was from The Good Glitter. It was a silver one, and this one is Star Bits from Mad Micas. I do try to use biodegradable glitter. It is plastic free. It will biodegrade. It's not going to clog your sewers or kill fish or anything. So those are the glitters that I use. I spritz it with isopropyl alcohol, and there it is. The isopropyl alcohol is 99%, and I got a whole boatload from Amazon when I first started soaping. So here is the final product. I did make a little melt and pour crown with a bunch of glitter, and I just love the way this turned out. I could not have planned those drops any better. They are just delightful. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can go find my goodies over at bluehavensoapery.etsy.com.